I always say, I don't know whether some women might not be happy with it, but I always say the primary responsibility of women, number one responsibility are these children. Whatever we are doing, we must put them first. Yeah, you mentioned something about mental health. This is another very important, because these children are going through a lot. In schools now, a lot is going on. It's quite different from when we were growing up. Now there are access to internet, they see a lot, they know a lot. And so how do parents improve on mental health of these children?
Thank you very much, Your Excellency. We've talked a little about that,
yes,
and you highlighted this, which is very important. Children learn what they live from the home.
Yes.
Imagine a home where daddy wakes up in the morning and he hugs mommy. Before he leaves the house, he's like, I love you, see you later. And mom comes and she's hugging daddy, and they are seeing that. They are seeing that. And when the father is caring towards the mother is caring towards the father, and the parents, the father and the mother are not absent, they are not workaholics that don't have time, and they hug these children. They tell these children, I love you. And they're kind, they're empathetic, they listen to the children.
Yeah.
Kindness goes round. This already boosts the mental health of these children. And another thing we need to emphasize, because studies have actually shown that children and people who have faith, who have a belief, faith is a belief in something, have a faith or belief in something, tend to have positive mental health more than others who don't even have any belief. And so you see that the risk of depression is less in people who have a belief in something. So in that situation, let the parents, for I think most people around, maybe Christians, but even if you're not Christians and you're Muslims, you're connecting to your source, and that is God. You have a belief that, oh, there is God, and that gives that person hope.
Exactly.
So it's important to also do this, pause it every day. Gratitude. Like I tell the people in my group, the Slash to Health, I tell them every morning, count your blessings.
That's it.
Start out with mentioning something and focus on a blessing and be thankful to God for it. So imagine if a child grows up that way, hopeful, and always thinking, maybe where someone is seeing that, it's raining, and another person is saying, what a bad day, the rain has spoiled this. And this child is going on saying, oh, it's raining, showers of blessing, thank God. Imagine that, because whatever, there's power in what we say, and that also affects how we respond to things. So for a child who is positive already, starting out on a good note from childhood, imagine that child. The child will conquer the universe, will conquer will be able to face any challenge, break boundaries, having a positive mindset and thinking, I can do this. Where others are saying, there's no hope, I can't do this. That child already has that positive mindset. Yes. Oh, this is just a challenge, I'm going to conquer. So these are ways parents, can improve the mental health of their children positively.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. When you said something, it reminds me of, there was a course I did sometime. It was just a 3-day course in the UK. And they were teaching us a similar thing about, people stressing themselves unnecessarily. And we do this with the children, and they are learning it. It's like, okay, you went to a supermarket now to buy a sandwich. You wanted chicken sandwich and all they have ham sandwich. Instead of turning and maybe looking for another thing or taking, you start complaining. Oh, why don't you have this? You can't change it. You came to a traffic light, it is red. Instead of, you start, oh my God, why? People, it's just stressing yourself unnecessarily. You start dipping your horn for nothing. So if we can
Absolutely.
teach these children that to see positivity in everything, and it is affecting our society, to be honest, without knowing it. Everything, people are complaining. In every, like you said now, it's raining, you came out, oh. Instead of, okay, where's my umbrella? You say, oh, showers of blessing, as you said, and so on. You start complaining as if there's somebody beside you sending the rain
to destroy you.
It's a terrible thing.
Yes.
And it is something we parents should know, be conscious of.
Yes.
That whatever we are doing, these children are learning from us.
Absolutely.
And that's why you see children now, they're complainant, all of them, every little thing, you know. So we keep on talking, and parents, please, be mindful, because sometimes we don't even know what we are doing. But when we are mindful of it, and you see a child beside you, it's always, you know. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm happy we are talking about this. This is another concept we call helicopter parenting. Have you heard of it?
Oh my goodness, helicopter parenting. In fact, somebody comes to my mind when I remember helicopter parenting. I think
Tell us.
Oh God! You know, a helicopter parent is this parent that is always hovering, always in the child's business. You know, absolutely does it with good intentions.
Yes.
Wants to know everything the child is doing, minute to minute, second to second, following the child, bumper to bumper.
Bumper to bumper.
Okay, so this problem is that the child won't have any breathing space at all. And it may have its pros, like, oh, you know what your child is doing, and you may know the child's friend. But then the cons, there are a lot of disadvantages. Don't give the child room to grow. The child will not have confidence in him or herself. Won't even believe I can do anything, because next thing is I'm waiting for mommy's approval or daddy's approval. What else? Now the child is so anxious, apprehensive, is unable to develop coping skills.
Yes.
The child is unable to face any challenge, because the parent is always there to try and make sure there is no disappointment in the child's life. But again, we know that these things are all important for a child to develop and grow. There should be failure, there should be disappointment, there should be challenges. And so, this child, in the bid to grow and develop, will now have to learn how to circumvent all these challenges to be able to develop. So, helicopter parenting is something that is not very good.
Wonderful. That's a good one. A lot of parents are very guilty of this. And as you said, leave a child to grow. At the same time, have your eyes on them, but leave them to make their mistakes and get away from it. That's a wonderful one. That's a very good one. Parenting is not an easy.
That's all.
It is not easy, but
that's all.
You know, there's one thing I always tell parents. These children grow so fast. And I always advise them, be in their lives. Know when to leave in the morning. Go out know where they are at every point in time. It is very important, because most of us, we are very busy. Everybody is busy. The mothers are busy these days, fathers are busy, everybody. But I always say, I don't know whether women might not be happy with it, but I always say the primary responsibility of women, number one responsibility are these children. Whatever we are doing, we must put them first. Know where they are going, when they are in school, when they are back from school, what they are doing at every point in time. Because we might be very busy. Like now, children will come back from school by maybe 4 o'clock. Father is not there, mother is not there. They will come back very late. These children might have very important things to discuss with them. Come to mommy, I want to discuss. Oh, please, can I sleep? I am so tired. I've been busy since morning. Tomorrow morning, before this child wakes up, the mom is always off. It might be something he wants to know before going to school the following day. Might be somebody disturbing them to enter cults. It's possible. It's there in our schools now.
Absolutely.
It might be something it's a fellow student told you about taking drugs or smoking, or they are threatening him with something he wanted to discuss with you. And you just said, please, I can't talk now. This child will then go back to school and succumb to whatever. Listen to them. That's why I always say, make them your best friend. No matter how tired we are, no matter how, give them at least 30 minutes, come back, call them together in the sitting room, dining table, and make sure. Another thing that works for me when they were all growing up is to make sure one of the meals, either lunch or dinner, it's mostly dinner. That's when you see everybody. We have dinner, we were having dinner together when they were very young. But now everybody is busy, so sometimes you don't get everybody together. Or having that, you discuss a lot on that table. It is very important, very, very important. They say a lot to you that time. But when everybody is busy, they want to see you, they get frustrated too. When they try once, try twice, 3 times, they're off. They're off. If anything happens, you can never get mommy, you can never get daddy, and they're on their own. So those are the things we really need to look into. These children need us. They get everything from us, parents first, before going to school. And we must up our game.
I agree absolutely with you. I agree.
So thank you so much, Dr. Chioma, for stopping by. I really enjoyed this episode, and I'm happy, and I know our viewers are happy, and they learned a lot.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Thank you. I appreciate it. My pleasure.